Hey, welcome once again. Now, over the years, now I've been in this industry for like 18 years now, and something that I work with people on all the time is weight loss. It's one of the most common things that people ask me that they need help with. They've tried this, tried that, and their body just isn't responding. Now, I've tried so many different methods over the years, worked with professional athletes, celebrities, some of the busiest people all over the world. And these are 6 ways that we work together in order to help them drop weight. And you could go down the testing route. You could test your thyroid, test all your bloods, look at your gut health, your microbiome health, and all these sorts of things. But regardless of the results there, those tests might be beneficial. In fact, they will be beneficial, but you may not need them if you're not doing these 6 things. And we just end up overcomplicating things, thinking that our body is not responding when we're not actually doing the things it needs to do in order to drop weight, or fat, as it's better known as. Now, the first thing is so simple, and it's simply to walk. People underestimate the power of actually going for a walk and getting your steps in. Is that magic number 10,000? It may be, it may not be. But what I do know is that around sort of like 20 to 30% of your daily calories that you expend each day goes through walking. So therefore, we need to get that step up, like get those steps up, get that walking amount up, just to help you move your body. Chances are you're going to be walking outside, so you get out into fresh air, you get light exposure, which is going to help your circadian rhythm and help you sleep, and you also get movement in there. Now, it's also not very stressful to walk. So we haven't got to stress too much about overtraining, which a lot of people do when they end up going for runs and things like that. Hence why so many people try to run and don't lose weight. Their body just goes through so much stress that they just get more and more and more inflamed. It's also one of the reasons that you see people with chronic fatigue, or maybe someone that they just try an exercise plan and completely fall apart. Their body is too inflamed, too stressed. So we have to work with them slightly differently. The second thing is to get enough protein in. Now, people tell me, how much protein should I get? Well, when I look at food diaries, it's so surprising to me how many people get so little protein in. In the Western world, it seems to be that carbohydrates are the go-to nutrient for people. And that's the thing we crave because we've got poor blood glucose management. But getting your protein up from good sources like animal fats, animal protein, like getting your meat in there, getting fish in there, getting dairy in there, eggs in there, those sorts of things, they're going to really help you to feel fuller for longer. Protein is a recovery nutrient. I always say it's a recovery nutrient that it's going to help your muscles recover, but not just that, help your body recover totally as well. So therefore, we need to get adequate protein in there. And not just that, protein, along with the third thing, which is get enough fiber in, both of those things will help you balance your blood sugar levels. Now, by getting that fiber in as well, not only will that, alongside the protein, help you balance your blood sugar levels, which is one of the reasons that so many people feel hungry, they start craving, they start needing to snack. Fiber will also help you with your gut health. And if our gut health is better, what actually happens is we have a thing called our vagus nerve. Now, this nerve connects from our brain to our gut, to our liver, kidneys, all these different organs around our body. And so many times people thought that messages were sent down and up in equal amounts. But it's actually 10% of the messages go from your brain to your gut. The other ones go the other way. So 90% go back to your brain. So if your gut health is better, we start feeling better. We start being more energetic. We can get more dopamine and serotonin to the brain. So our moods are better. So we have less cravings because we're emotionally eating. It's massive to get enough protein and fiber in there. Also, making sure you're in a calorie deficit. I know it sounds like I'm teaching people to suck eggs a lot of the times when it comes to you need to be in a calorie deficit. There are some in-depth things going on with our body. Hormones, but I love being able to work with people to support their hormones and balance their hormones. But sometimes we think our body is just not working and we're simply just not in a calorie deficit. And we need to look at tracking our food. It's a tool that tells us exactly what we are getting in, and it allows us to take accountability to writing those numbers down. I work with a lot of accountants. I've worked with a lot of accountants over the years, And when they've come to me sometimes and said, I don't want to track food, I said, well, I want you to do my tax return, but I'm not going to give you my actual incomings and outgoings. And it's exactly that. We need to know the numbers. What gets measured gets managed. So if you can find a way of tracking your food, whether that's using something like MyFitnessPal, I use an app for my clients that is a client-only app, and that allows them to track their food with numbers and pictures to allow us to see what's actually going in. Because there are excess calories in our food, that in sauces, in things that we cook in, and different added ingredients that soon boost the calories up. So before we know it, you're having a smoothie for breakfast. You're then having a poke bowl for lunch or something. You're having two snacks and you're having a dinner, and you end up getting like 2,800 calories when your body's burning about 1,900. So we're overeating a lot. And before you know it, 2-3 days down the line, you're actually eating an extra day's worth of food. So that all adds up. Then we have to look at probably one of the most important things when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to dropping fat, and that is your sleep. If you are not getting good sleep, you are going to find it harder and harder to lose weight. Not just because your body's going to be more stressed, but one of the reasons is that because of that extra stress, you're going to crave more because you want to get that sugar in you to give you more energy. You're also going to find it harder to have good gut health because there's going to be more stress, which is going to mean you crave more. So it's a vicious circle. So prioritize getting over 7 hours of sleep. And during the week, alongside the weekend, look at getting to sleep and waking up at the same time, within the same hour. So if you are getting to sleep at 10:30 during the week and you're going to sleep at 12:30 at the weekend, what actually happens is you essentially jet lag your body over those couple of days. And then we try to get back to the week, have that Monday morning feeling because we've just jet lagged our body, eating a lot of rubbish over the weekend. And it's that vicious circle. We start feeling good by Tuesday or Wednesday, and then come Friday, we're doing it all again and wonder why we don't get ahead. Now, the last one, which is one of the things which so many people falter on when it comes to dropping weight, and that is to add in good, intense resistance training in there. Make sure it's safe, that you're pushing yourself hard, that you're doing compound movements like your squats, bench press, rows, if you can do them safely and get good form, and push yourself. You shouldn't be stopping at 10 reps if you could get 15. Like, don't go to complete failure, but push out of your comfort zone. The amount of times I've seen clients that, like, when we've started working together, they've just been doing 3 sets of 10 all the time, rather than pushing to get that 11th rep or increasing the weight when they can do it safely. If people aren't doing resistance training, that is going to give them so much in the form of results when it comes to dropping weight. Even more so when women get into perimenopause age and post-menopause, weight training becomes so important. In fact, I tell people to weight train more than I do cardio. And I notice better results with fat loss or weight loss all through people's lives, regardless of whether perimenopause, post-menopause, whether it's guys going through andropause and their testosterone going lower. We get better results resistance training because of aiming to build muscle, which burns calories, because of the recovery process, which burns calories, and just it helps balance your blood sugar as well with that extra muscle there as well. So there are so many benefits of doing that. But so many people just, they don't want to get too big. They don't seem to put in the work to do that. So if we can walk enough, if we can get enough protein in, if we can be making sure we get enough fiber in, if we can be in a calorie deficit, if we can sleep, and if we can resistance train, we're going to get ahead with our weight loss, with our fat loss in a very healthy manner. Now, if you do need support with that, drop me a message and we can book in a time to chat through. We can look at seeing exactly where your body's at. We can evaluate your nutrition. We can look at your lifestyle habits, and we can look at your training to get things programmed and dialed in to get you the results without any fuss, frustration, or hesitation. Thank you for watching.